beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and I live a whole food, plant-exclusive, sos-free, gluten-free lifestyle for health and well-being. And today, I want to show you how I make buffalo no chicken shreds in 3 easy steps. So for those nights when it's rush, or you just got home late and you just need something that's going to make you feel satiated and be quick, I have a recipe that Todd really enjoys, and I thought that I would share it with you. And it's basically soy curls. If you're not familiar with soy curls, they're made by a company called Butler. They can be found on Amazon. I will link a link below, or you can look in your local grocery stores. Ours doesn't have them, so we have to order them online, but it's basically dehydrated soy. So it's really great. Let me just see. The ingredient says whole non-GMO soybeans. That's it. I love it. So what do we have to do? The first thing we have to do is grab our scissors, my kitchen scissors, open up the bag, 8-ounce bag. I want to show you what these look like. They come dehydrated. Check it out if you haven't seen these before. They just look like crunchy, like nothing, I don't know, crunchies. Just look like crunchies. So we're gonna dump the bag in water. And then we're just gonna wanna let them soak. And why we're doing this is we wanna hydrate them again. And that's gonna literally take like 10 minutes. Let me just see if there's anything else I want to share with you. The nutrition facts, it says that this is an 8 servings per container. Wow. So that's what they say, 3/4 cup dry. And it says per serving, it's 5 grams of fat. One of them is 5 grams of fat, 1 gram is saturated, 0 trans, 0 cholesterol, 0 sodium. It's got 8 grams of carbohydrates, 6 grams of fiber, 1 gram of natural sugar, no sugar added, 11 grams of protein, and then there's some percentages of calcium, 4%, so 46 milligrams, iron and potassium, and the iron is 10% and potassium is 10%. Iron is 2 milligrams and potassium, wow, 516 milligrams. So there you go. And time is almost up, right? Now I'm going to put this aside and let that do its thing while we make some other stuff here. And so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and make a dressing that we can use on a salad, but we're going to use it also for dipping or pouring over the buffalo wings. And so it's really, really simple. The first thing I need to get is a NutriBullet or any kind of little, blender type of thing that you have. I'm going to use the NutriBullet. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some things right into the container. So I'm using unsweetened Eden soy, organic soy milk. You can use any plant milk. So whatever you have, I just happen to have that one. And so I'm putting a cup of that in there. And now you could certainly use cashew nuts for this. I'm going to try to make it less fatty, so I'm going to go ahead and try these. These are butter beans. You can use any white bean. If you use a darker bean, it is going to change the color, and that's why I went with this. So here's a 1/2 cup going right in there. Now the cashew nuts do give it some thickness, and so you know, that's something to consider. If you eat cashews and you're fine with that, I would try to soak the cashew nuts for about, maybe a half an hour or so in some warm water, and you should be good to go. The next thing we're gonna add is some white vinegar. And I already pre-measured it. It's right here, the distilled white vinegar, nothing fancy, that's what I'm using. Then we've got some lemon juice that I freshly squeezed. And then we have some seasonings and spices. So what I have here is some fresh garlic. I have granulated garlic as well. I have onion powder, dried parsley, and there's also some white chia seeds. Everybody goes in. Woo, look at this guy, just sticking for the fresh garlic. Got the spice is a little wet, but that's okay. I'm gonna add some black pepper. If you have white pepper, I would say try white pepper, but I don't. So I'm gonna just, you know, do a little bit of that. And then the last thing we're gonna do is, in my herb container, which I love this thing, it keeps my herbs really fresh, I have some fresh dill. And this is actually dill from my garden. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few sprigs out. And let's see, ooh, it smells so dilly. I'm gonna use those and put the rest back. Oh, and before we get moving with the dill, I just want to tell you that I also put in here some galaxy dust. And galaxy dust is from Well Your World. It's a no salt substitute, and it's also in here. I love this product. And so I'll just tell you what's in here. In case you don't have it, you can use any salt substitute, but it's got onion, garlic, spices, orange peel, tomato, lemon, carrot, turmeric, chili pepper, red bell pepper, black pepper, and citric acid. So hey, it's very flavorful, but that is also in here. And so let's get going with the dill. I am going to use these special scissors. If I can, I make sure that I safely remove them. Maybe I'm not going to use these. I'm going to use them. Okay. So what I want to do is just cut some of this. And you don't have to cut it up because it's going to be blended. All right, look at that. And I think I will go ahead and cut some of this up to add afterwards, just so that there is some pieces that are together and not blended up. I so enjoy this. Okay, let me grab this thing. We are just gonna put that on the side for a minute. All right, that's it. We're gonna blend it up and see what happens here. So let me plug this in. Got our Vitamix, or our NutriBullet in, and don't you love using the NutriBullet? Blending anything can be so much fun. At least it is at my house. So I'm gonna unplug this, set it aside, and here we go. We have our dipping sauce. So I'm gonna open this up and just take a look at it. And because there's chia seeds in here, it should thicken up. Let me grab my little spatula here. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this into a container and set it in the refrigerator. Wow, and in just that short period of time, you can see that they have really absorbed all the water. Not absorbed it, but they have rehydrated using the water. And so now all I'm gonna do is squeeze out the water and put them in a separate bowl, which I gotta grab. There we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna show you that we're gonna grab some and squeeze it. This is also fun to do with the family. You got little kids, or even your spouse or friend or anybody, your grandma. Have them get in here and squeeze as much of the water out as you can. Now that they're hydrated, and you can see that here it just looks just like no chicken, doesn't it? So I'm gonna go ahead and take a few minutes and just squeeze, 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 squeeze. If you have ever made soy curls, been curious about them, have any questions about them, please share in the comments below, and I would love to talk with you about it. I hadn't really had soy curls, and then when Todd started to want to change over to eating more like plant foods, we were looking for things that were gonna be satiating, that reminded him of some of his favorites. And we learned really quickly that soy curls was something to try. And so, you know, we tried a couple things actually. If you don't like, spice, which is what we're gonna do, it's gonna be, buffalo, you can always use your favorite barbecue sauce or any kind of, seasoning or sauce that you make. You can make up a sauce and it should work just fine. And if you do that, or if you have a favorite sauce, share with me. Tell me what it is. How do you make it? And anything like that. So here is the water, and there's a lot of it. I'm gonna pour it over the sink in a, this guy right here. Whoa! And just make sure that we got all of the goodies. All right, there we go. Look at that. So there are some bigger pieces. You're welcome to look at, if you just pull them, you can shred them. But we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna leave it how it is. So let me put this aside. So for this one, I'm gonna use Todd's favorite hot sauce, which is this Frank's Red Hot Original sauce. And we get this at Costco. Let me see here. It is got a little sodium. Let me just see what it has here. Oh, it's so hard to see. It says aged cayenne red peppers, distilled vinegar, water, garlic powder, and salt. So there is a little bit of salt. So if you're salt-free, you're not gonna want this, but if you are okay with that, you're transitioning, then go ahead and use this. Wonder if you could make your own. You probably could. So how much do I put in? Well, as much as you want. There we go. I'm just gonna toss this. Make sure that it's all coated really well. Okay, so that is coated. And here you can see it's coated really well. It's ready to go. Step 3. For me, I'm putting it to 360 because our oven isn't calibrated correctly, but you're gonna wanna do it at 350. And so I've got my sill pack covering a cookie sheet, and I'm literally just going to pour it out on the tray. Step 3 is cook it. That's it, that's it. So let's just get every last drop out on this tray, and there you go. And so you just want to spread it out. You don't want it, thick. And you don't want it too thin, but you just want to spread it out on the cookie sheet. Make sure that you have parchment paper or something covering, lining it so that nothing sticks. And if you want, you could add some kind of a, dry herb on top, but this is how Todd likes it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the oven, clean up a little bit, and then we're gonna move on to making a salad. While I'm waiting for the oven to preheat, once it's preheated, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the oven for about 12 minutes total. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, and about the 7-8 minute mark, I'm gonna check it. I just want it to just kind of start to get a little brown. And if it looks like some of the edges are and some of the edges aren't, you can certainly carefully take it out and toss it, you know, mix it up a little bit, straighten it out, and then put it back in. So we're gonna do that as soon as the oven's ready. All right, so I want to go out into the garden and get a few more greens to add with some leftover greens and some salad stuff. So let's take a look at what we could bring back into the house. Okay, well that turned out to be wonderful. And so I'm gonna go ahead and wash this. We ended up getting arugula, we got some beautiful kale leaves, and a little bit of spinach in here. And so we're gonna just clean this up. And so I'm also gonna be adding some leek. I have half of a leek. And now with leek, if you're not familiar with it, you want to make sure that you take each and every leaf out and clean it, because dirt does collect inside each and every leaf. And look at it, I've already cleaned it, and apparently I need to do it again. So I'm going to just go ahead and wash these again and get our garden stuff cleaned up. Okay, so we've got it rinsed off and cleaned. I've got it in the salad spinner. I'm gonna go ahead and take the kale stems off. I just grab it like this and strip the kale. That's one way to do it, right? But before we finish, we have to check. Let's see how our curls are going. Ooh. So looks like they need a little bit more time, and it might just be my oven. Wow, when you check it, don't stand over it because all of the heat just went right in my eyes. Woo! And I'm glad I have protective eyewear on. So I do see it starting to, I guess a little bit it is starting to, keep it away from the face, to brown up a little. So, you know, while we have it out, I guess I will give it a quick toss, and then I am going to put it back in the oven. So let's do that. Okay. And all you want to do is, it's pretty much, you know, it's done. It's just a matter of your preference as to if you want it browned or not. So if you don't like it browned, you just like it, you know, just nice and hot, then you can stop it at this point. I think I'm going to just put it in another 10 minutes. And we should be good to go. So let me do that. Back to the salad spinner. We were right in the middle of stripping our kale. There we go. Nice. Perfect. And so these will go in my vegetable broth collection. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on this. Give it a spin. This is a great salad spinner. I love it, love it, love it. If you don't have a salad spinner, you should really check into one. I personally didn't have a salad spinner for like most of my life, and it wasn't until maybe the last couple of years. An aunt of mine was talking at a family gathering, and she said, you know, she was sharing about how she makes her salad, and she was sharing that, you know, she spins the salad. And there was a couple of us that were like, why? We don't have that. Why do you need that? And you know what? Look at all the water it collects. That's why. So even though I use the salad spinner, if I do this ahead of time, I also lay it out on towels to dry. But this was a really great saver, and so check into it if you're interested. Now I'm just going to go ahead and dump that out, and we're going to grab this bowl here. Oh, this is such a cute little bowl. This is not big enough for a salad. When you're whole food plant-based, you need a big bowl. So let's get a bigger, better size for us. All right, so I'm basically going to chop this up. And with kale, you know, it is a thicker, more dense leaf, and so if you're not sure about kale, or you think, you know, oh, it's too thick, it's too, you know, strong of a flavor, or with the arugula, this arugula that I grow is really a strong flavor, then go ahead and chop it up and then give it a massage. Seriously, you can use lemon, but you could just use nothing. You can massage it just with your hands and break it down a little bit, and it should be more enjoyable for some people. And I'm gonna do that a little bit right now, and literally just like this, just massaging the kale. Feels good in my hands. Just break it down a little bit. Changes the color too. Can you see it's like a brighter green now? Okay, so we're gonna put that aside, and then I am going to go ahead and take the leek, and I'm just gonna slice it up. And leek is a really, it's part of the onion family, and it's a very mild flavor and scent compared to like a regular onion. But I like to cook with it, saute it. I use both ends. Some people like the dark end, some people only like the light. I use it all. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in here raw. And then I will use this maybe in another salad. And then in here, I have some leftover stuff. And I've got some carrots and celery. Just gonna rinse my hands. Okay, and I'm gonna just put that aside for now. And then I even have a little bit of romaine left in here, because for me, when I make a salad, I most often prefer to have more than one or two types of lettuce or green leaves. And the reason why is because I like the different textures, the crunches, and the flavors. Plus, I get all the benefits and nutrients that make it more diverse. Also, if you're not comfortable or familiar with some of the darker greens, like what we have here, the kale and the arugula, or even the spinach that's kind of thick, blend it and with more of like a romaine, and you know, that will help transition flavors if you're not used to that. Then I have just, look what's in here. And there just basically isn't the lettuce part because I've been eating it, but it's just a lot of pieces of lettuce. So we have everything from Brussels sprouts, broccoli, the last bit of some radishes. I've got some, are these like, I think these are sugar snap peas, cucumber, and on and on and on. Red bell pepper, carrots. There's even a little bit of apple in here. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna combine these now. The whole thing. There we go. So if you have a leftover bit of salad, don't look at it like old and no good. Revitalize it. add some greens to it, some fresh leaves, and toss it, and you're good, and see what's missing. So what's missing, I don't feel anything is missing because I see the cucumber, although I think I'm gonna add some tomato. I have some tomato right there. And this is a piece of yellow zucchini squash, and I'm just gonna cut a little bit of that and add it in. You know what, a little bit goes a long way because it's just to add some flavor and some color, texture, and I could do this whole thing, but you know, I can, I will, because it is just a tiny piece. There we go. Okay, oh, you know what else I have? Green scallions. I'm gonna put some of those in here. You know what else I see that I didn't mention? Purple cabbage. It's like awesome. So there we go. We have our salad ready to go. I'm just gonna toss it. And now what I'm gonna do also is cut these two things here. It's some celery and carrots. Yeah, you could do that. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Look at that. That's beautiful. All right. And I'm actually going to get another bowl as well. So we're going to plate, because I'm going to be having a big salad, and Todd, I would imagine, is going to either use some kind of a bun or I don't know. We'll have to ask him what he would like with his. But I'm going to just toss this because I didn't do that. And I'm going to plate this. Aha! The oven is saying it is done. So I wonder if Todd is going to want salad. Well, I will leave it here and we will ask him. Okay, I've got my salad. I've got some cucumbers on this side for me and some celery. And let's just put this aside for now. Let's get it out of the oven. Oh yeah, this is definitely done. So you could see right here, it's kind of got a little bit of browning, and I think this is perfect. So there we go. Hey Todd, don't you guys love when Todd comes in and joins us here? Hi honey.
Hi. Todd loves it. So
want to say hi to everybody?
hello to everyone. Sorry, I was distracted by the yumminess.
Oh, that's okay. So, yeah, we're going to try this. And so I started a plate for you.
Cool.
Would you like salad?
I would like salad, yes.
Nice. Okay, so help yourself to the salad.
Alrighty.
This just came out of the oven, so it's really hot.
Okay.
Do you want this on a hamburger bun?
No, I'm just going to mound it up here and eat it as it is.
That's awesome. I was not expecting that from you. Okay, perfect. So go ahead and do that, because
I might actually, sprinkle it with the salad, like a buffalo no chicken salad.
Yeah. Do you want? Are you okay with the plate, or did you want to?
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
so go ahead and do that. I'm going to move this out of the way. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, this is exciting! Yay!
All right.
Okay. All right. And so then I'm going to bring this back over.
Okay.
And let me just see. Next to it?
Sure. Right there.
All right. You let me know how much. Remember, there's 8 servings in the pack, but that doesn't mean anything. If you're hungry on a whole food plant-based diet, you just eat.
Yeah.
Till you're full. What does that look like?
That looks good. That's a good start.
Okay.
Yeah, this generally will feed. I'll eat that into lunch tomorrow. So I know that probably doesn't give you any frame of reference.
I I've got the dressing that I took out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you a little bit of that.
Okay.
Do you want a little container for it?
Yeah, I'll just put it on the side and I'll do some dippy
let me
dippy.
grab a container for
Yep.
you. A little guy here. And which one would you like?
This one's fine.
Okay. All right. So here's our dressing, and it did thicken up nicely.
It does look good.
Wow. Okay. And are you okay if I put these in it? No. Okay. We'll just put it next to it. And look at this.
That is fantastic.
There you go. Beautiful. Now, different things that you could do. Let me bring mine over here. And I am going to add some lemon. I know there's a lot of lemon in the dressing, but I think I'm going to add a little lemon. And I am going to have a little taste of that, not too much.
Okay.
And I've got my lemon pieces here, so let me see. Oh, there we go. This one is almost empty. You can put a little balsamic if you want, which I think I'm gonna do. A little balsamic on the salad too. That sounds great. California Balsamic, if you're not familiar, is a wonderful company that I like to get my balsamics from. So I'm gonna show you some of the ones that we have and use. So I've got sweet heat, because we got a lot of heat going on. I might not want that one, but then just the regular premium classic balsamic. I really, really enjoy this. And the company does a line of sos-free, which is salt, oil, sugar free. And I really, really like that. I'm just gonna put a little bit on here. I don't do this all the time, but I think it would be fun. Would you like some?
No, I'm good.
No, okay.
I'm gonna try and bring this all together.
Okay. And so I am going to go and put this over here and get myself a little bit of this. Just to try it, just to taste it. All right, so here we go, everyone. And let's get a fork for each of us. Let's give it a taste.
Let's do.
Okay, and I'm gonna
the part
go
I've been
ahead.
waiting for.
Yeah, I'm gonna just use this also just on my salad. Okay, here we go. You're gonna dip it in the dressing?
I'm gonna go straight up first. Mm-hmm. It's tasty. That's tasty, all right.
Explain what your flavors are that you're experiencing for someone that might not have ever had it.
Yeah, so, you know, the thing I like about
It is good.
this particular sauce, the Frank's Red Hot, and if you've seen any videos where I'm eating jalapenos, you know that I like spicy food, so, but this isn't, it's not spicy for the sake of being hot. It's got flavor. And, you know, those are the hot flavors that I appreciate, not just that it burns going down, although that is fun.
Oh my gosh,
but
not for me, not fun.
But that it's got a good flavor. And this is not gonna, I mean, if you're sensitive to spicy foods, you're probably gonna wanna do a barbecue sauce version of this instead, or some other sauce. But I really enjoy this, and it's got some good heat, but also some very good flavor.
Well, we certainly hope that if you were curious about soy curls, now we've helped you understand one basic, really simple way that you can enjoy it. And thank you so much for checking in with us. I'm just going to say that I really think the texture of it is really reminds me of like a shredded chicken. And, you know, it's just gives that texture. If you're transitioning and you're looking for that texture, you're missing that, this might be something that you want to try out.
Absolutely.
And you can make it in so many different ways. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
It was so good to have you with us, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to eat your greens. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.